Vince McMahon's egg reveal was a bit flat, but today we'll be getting into some what-if situations for the egg reveal that include Roman Reigns instead of Austin Theory. We'll also take a look at a hidden story Becky and Charlotte told and what's going on with Damian Priest. Let's start things off with Vince McMahon and this missing egg. Of course, everyone in the locker room is a suspect, but one of the actual bigger name suspects is Roman Reigns himself. Survivor Series featured a rare meeting between Roman and Vince McMahon. However, Roman wasn't the topic of discussion. Vince just wanted him to take a look at the valuable gift that The Rock gave to him. Now, this could very well end up being another pointless backstage segment, but there was a lot of subtle hints here that really makes it seem like this could be a small teaser for The Rock versus Roman Reigns' story. You got Roman Reigns at the top of his game, 448 days into his title reign, main eventing this show tonight, but you bring him into your office to show him a gift from The Rock. Not only showing Roman the gift, but also humbly bragging about The Rock's career, where he's at now, and how they've had this entire Survivor Series event dedicated to honoring 25 years of The Rock's debut. Roman sat there and didn't say a word in response to anything Vince McMahon was saying. Towards the end of the meeting, Vince McMahon noted that the egg is worth $100 million. That's when Roman finally speaks up and says, almost as much as my next contract, before walking out. So here Vince McMahon was having this whole conversation about Roman and The Rock, and you can see there in the closing moments of the meeting, Roman brought himself back into the center of discussion, telling Vince that his next WWE contract is going to be worth more than the egg. So there's a lot of ways you can absorb that comment from Roman. Is he saying, forget the egg, worry about me, I'm a bigger investment, I'm worth more than this lousy gift? Is that what he's trying to say? Vince McMahon is over here drooling over this gift from The Rock, and maybe Roman doesn't like how much attention this gift is getting from Vince McMahon. Vince is paying so much mind that Roman no longer seems to be Vince's main focus. Now, Vince has got The Rock on his mind. Which brings us the idea of Roman and the Bloodline being the ones to steal the egg. Knowing the connection it has to The Rock, would Roman want to get rid of it solely for that reason right there? Just think about it for a second. If the egg becomes a permanent item in Vince's office, it's something that Roman would have to see on a regular basis, and he doesn't want to deal with it as a constant reminder of The Rock. Knowing how the character is, he doesn't want Vince McMahon to have this egg and constantly be thinking of The Rock. He wants Vince McMahon to be thinking about Roman Reigns and Roman Reigns only. You have to think that Roman most likely believes that he's better than The Rock, so he can't really get behind the idea of The Rock getting all this praise and attention. The Rock wasn't at Survivor Series, yet the show was fully themed after him. It had matches named after him, his career highlights playing throughout the night, and all these other elements to honor someone that wasn't even in the building. So that's some promo material that Roman can use on Vince McMahon or someone else down the line. Here we are having a big tribute show for someone that's not there, not watching, and no longer cares about WWE. That's probably something along the lines that Roman would say. When we first discussed the missing egg, we talked about how it was a bit weird from a writing perspective because Vince McMahon would obviously have to fire whoever did it. But here's the writing loophole to get out of that situation. If Roman is the one that steals the egg, he's sort of above the law in WWE. Vince McMahon can't touch or fire Roman Reigns in any way at all. That's his biggest star right now. You can't do anything to him. So that's why Roman is probably the one that could steal the egg and face zero consequences based on who he is. Now let's say that Roman does something to the $100 million gift. Now you slowly open the door for The Rock to have even more reason to confront Roman Reigns. Not only has Roman forcibly put his family members in line, now he's destroying valuable items that belong to The Rock. Now you can see how that will give The Rock all the reason in the world to come and put Roman in his place. So at the time of this recording, before the Raw after Survivor Series, it just seems like some goofy egg storyline. But if they go down a path like this, you can see how technically this egg could bring us to The Rock vs. Roman Reigns. Couple of new reports and theories have been coming out about Becky Lynch vs. Charlotte Flair from Survivor Series. Wrestling Observer reports that Becky and Charlotte did put a lot of time into perfecting the match. There was even a video going around that showed Becky and Charlotte rehearsing big moments and spots in the match. So they really did care about putting on a great match that told their story. Another unconfirmed part of the story was their attires. Was there some hidden story to be discovered there? Well, the fans certainly think so. The fans speculate that Becky and Charlotte's attires reference and sort of mirrored Disney's WandaVision. Won't dive into too much spoiler conversation there for WandaVision, but it's a show that you have Wanda and Agnes. They start off as close friends and have a nasty fallout, to say the least. So the fans were talking about how Becky and Charlotte's attires really mirrored those two characters. Becky Lynch wearing the red for Wanda, and Charlotte wearing the dark colors for Agnes. And if you've seen WandaVision and you've seen Becky and Charlotte's entire story, then you can see the similarities, the drastic changes in both friendships. So again, Becky and Charlotte haven't confirmed if their attires were in reference to WandaVision, but it was a very fitting comparison and theory that was floating around from the fans. As far as what's next for Becky and Charlotte, they won't be facing each other anytime soon, but they will go back to their respect brands to continue to defend their titles. Let's get into everything related with Damian Priest, because he's quickly becoming a very interesting character-driven superstar. Damian Priest was always a phenomenal in-ring competitor, but he wasn't really character-driven. Until most recently, that is. Damian Priest gave up the gesture of shooting the bow and gave up his old theme music, but we're starting to see why that happened. Damian Priest seems to be dealing with multiple or split personalities. That's made clear to us by his entrance video and even his name graphic. The Damian part of his name banner is very evil looking, surrounded with flames, but the Priest part of his name seems to be surrounded by clouds and the sun. So that explains his new character. When he snaps and loses control, it's his evil Damian side. But when he's cool and collective, it's his Priest side. A lot of people are calling his actions on Nakamura a heel turn, but then again, it's really hard to call it a heel turn knowing the character's new split personality trait. So he's someone to keep an eye on, but at least he's getting some serious character development. So we'll see what happens with the new Damian Priest. But what are your thoughts on today's stories? Leave your comments below. Don't forget to subscribe with all notifications on. Leave a like if you enjoyed. Thanks for watching, guys.